So as far as the third world aristocrat video from today goes, I gotta say, huge win for the toe and a stroke of genius on my part.
Mr. Radio Voice, he's doing his shows. He's roasting some ass and he's picking his nose. He speaks like a pro on the Steel Toe Show. He's making a mess and everyone knows. Ready or not, he already came. April is a hoe and she's snorting for fame. Another win for the toe. Win for the toe. He spilled the beans. He's rooting for rage as he gets her thrice. Another win for the toe. Win for the toe. He had a felony charge, but he's gonna walk. He's got a big mouth and he talks the talk. Another win for the toe. Win for the toe. He's always a guest with Alex Stein. He's making a wish. He's taking his time. Another win for the toe. Win for the toe. Ow! Hip hap dibbity dap to the wop 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 wop. Hong dong whittle dangle wang. Oh, he sang dooley mama splatting your hat. Doo doo poot cakes.
Good morning. We always start on doo-doo poot cakes. It's the Steel Toe Morning Show. Johnny, what do you think of that? We're auditioning that as the new intro.
I like it. It's a different pace.
Wait, one more thing.
Hong dong whittle dangle wang.
Everybody,
Oh, he sang dooley
mama splooting your hat.
I gotta say, huge win for the toe.
doo doo.
Poot cakes.
Mr. Radio Voice.
Welcome, boys and girls.
His shows.
It's Wednesday already. This one seems like it's moving a bit fast. I gotta say, Johnny's here on a Wednesday, so that makes it. No, I don't want to say makes it. I was gonna say makes it weird. It doesn't make it weird. It more just makes it like the week is kind of flying by, and you're here on a Wednesday. So then, like tomorrow, you're not gonna be here. So,
Right.
But it's gonna be Thursday. It's gonna be really our last quote unquote real day of the week. We kind of have a 4-day work. Well, I mean, technically, if you want to count full days, we have a 3-day work week here. I do a morning and an evening. You know, that's an honest day. But then Thursday, we just have a morning show. And then Friday, Rumble Friday's fuck around day. Everybody's having a hoot and a holler, as the kids say down south. And so now you being here on a Wednesday, and then tomorrow being Thursday, this whole week just kind of feels like it's kind of flying at me faster than I can handle it.
Accelerated.
It's accelerated. There's no doubt about it. But we got another great one on tap for you today. I'm very excited. Wiz Khalifa thinks the world is flat. Anytime a new celebrity comes out as a flat earther, I'm instantly a fan. I'm a fan of flat earthers. Like people
Well,
get
I'll be worried. I saw the picture of Wiz Khalifa, and I was like, wait a minute.
of Wiz
tell
next to Owen Benjamin.
Oh, I was worried we were gonna get another I worried like everybody was coming out of the woodwork to be like, and I too sucked a dick until I was 14. Like I don't need that admitted by anybody else. I think we're good.
Nobody's sucking any dicks. I promise nobody's sucking dicks today. I'm not going to blindside you with that. We got an image. We got a picture of Shannon Sharpe's accuser has been named.
Okay.
Oh my God. Damn, Unc. Like shit, dude. Shannon is. Let me show you the picture of Shannon Sharpe's accuser. God damn it.
Whoa.
This sends you a text saying you're going to be stuck with me for the next 18 years when you put a big black baby in me. It's just like, now, it would be weird if I got that text. I don't think I can put a big black baby in anyone, but I'll try my best.
So, like, is she just only do leg day? That is a shit ton of squats.
I'm not an
Like-
I'm not an ass guy, but you're right. The thighs are too big. I
The
need
thighs and
skinnier.
the squats. It's like that's all she does.
I know, because the top half doesn't match the bottom.
No.
But who gives a shit?
If she had a bigger set of tits, she'd have like a Jessica Rabbit thing going on. But even then, it's still almost cartoonishly wrong.
Right, because if she had the tits to match the ass she has, she'd have to be fat. Like, you can't support it on her frame.
No.
That body doesn't get to. She almost looks like a centaur. Now that I'm looking at it, she's, like what?
Honestly, it's like Photoshop. I feel like there's two different. This is like a before and after picture, and they met in the middle.
I don't know if Shannon Sharpe's ever been married. I don't think he has, but
She has a type, that's for sure.
and Shannon Sharpe, I get it. I understand. Shannon Sharpe has been through scandal after scandal. Remember when he accidentally went live while he was fucking a chick?
Wouldn't it be hilarious if this was the same chick?
No, I think the one that he was doing was a little bit older than this one, and a black lady.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, in general, wouldn't it be hilarious if this was the same chick?
Because you know what? Since honestly, I was so blindsided by the picture, I forgot she's suing him for rape.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. No,
It'd be hilarious if she was the chick.
I'm definitely getting better at my whole spotting red flags thing. You just show me her ass, and I go, oh, yeah, seems like a great person. And I'm like, oh shit, that's right. She's lying. She's lying about Unc, and I ain't gonna let people lie about Unc. That ain't right. It is unfortunate timing when you decide to sue someone for rape right after they sign a $100 million contract, and you ask for half. These bitches, they're gonna try and get half no matter what. By the way, doo-doo poot cakes with $2 letting us know that gal has doo-doo poot cakes.
Dude, she's got a dumper you can hide a body in. It's crazy.
Well, there's only one way to find out. Shannon Sharpe hid his body in it.
At least a few bones.
At least.
But no, it's, dude, I just, that those legs, that can't be normal. Like, and the worst part is, that's not like plastic surgery. Like someone got thigh filler or something, or like ass implants. Like, no, that's clearly somebody who, like, she goes to the gym regularly, but all she does is just the upper thighs and the squats. And
some people are disagreeing with you. They're saying oil injections.
Like, really?
Yeah. I saw that in the chat a little bit when I scrolled down. I haven't scrolled down yet for the day, but I saw it a little bit because I wanted to see what people were saying about Unc's squeeze.
Oh, then that's really sad. I didn't even realize that was a thing.
I don't think it is. But if I may critique, I'm not an ass man. I'm an ass man. I like a firm, sizable ass. It's okay, but I don't like the big thighs leading up to it. That's too masculine for me. I like femininity. Femininity. Doot, 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 doot. Femininity. Doot, 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 doot. Feminine. But best of luck to him. We played the clips yesterday. He said, this is always good when a guy comes out to address accusations and he goes, her lawyer, Tony Busby, he is going to release, I believe, a 30-second clip of a sex tape that is going to engage in all kinds of stereotypes. And I'm like, oh boy, what'd you do? I'm like, oh, is there slave shit going on, Shannon? What'd you do? Did you do like Black Punisher shit? What the fuck happened, Shannon? What's the clip? And then this was badass, though. Then Shannon Sharpe goes, I encourage Tony Busby to release the whole 10-minute video. It's like, okay, that's badass. It's like, don't release me fucking for 30 seconds. Release me fucking for 10 minutes. But Shannon's like, this is a shakedown. He says he's going to be countersuing her for defamation. And, unfortunately, you have to because these hoes ain't loyal.
Right.
I don't believe her for a second. We've seen the text messages between her and Shannon Sharpe. And again, I start the bar at I don't fucking believe you when you go for money first over justice.
And when your timing is just a wee bit convenient.
There was an old radio show, a sports talk radio show. It was on ESPN radio back in the 90s and early 2000s. It was called Kylie and Booms. It was a guy named Kevin Kiley, who I think is still active in sports. and a comedian named Chuck Booms. And Chuck Booms would always just castigate these women filing these big lawsuits. And this was back in the day where you could say some shit on the radio. Like, I would listen to Kylie and Booms, and Chuck Booms would be going off. He'd be like, hey, this woman here, we don't need to be careful about this one. She's a money-grubbing whore. And, like, he would just yell that shit. I got to say, Chuck Booms, one of my influences.
I can't tell.
Chuck Booms is my boy. I like him.
Well, thank God you never ended up in one of them situations.
No, I never found any money-grubbing whores in my day.
Nope.
Nobody
That's
ever.
why I was poor. Didn't you have to worry if I found any or not? I just made sure to repulse them from the start.
There you go. If you can't find a money-grubbing whore if you got no money.
Right?
That's a good idea. I should have done that.
All I'm
one.
going to do is push him up a ramp. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, right. I got to do things for him. This doesn't sound like a
Screw
partnership.
that noise.
He's not going to do everything for me. That's not a give and take. All right, let's catch up with the chat today. McBuster says the Reddit gay F words are accusing Herren of supporting gay ops so they can justify the next round of gay ops coming because the toe bump dried up. Yeah, we are seeing kind of the aftermath of the great 2-year war won by the toe. This happened yesterday. Will Herren had a complete meltdown. And
I caught a clip of that. Actually.
Yeah, he was emailing Nova. And he's like, hey, thought we were friends. Because, like, Nova was telling us about this drinking buddy that Will has. And his name is Jim Parker. And he wrote it in our chat. And I'm like, oh, Jim Parker. I said his name a few times. It turns out Jim Parker is apparently Will's boss. And, like, Will has been going on shows talking about how, oh, yeah, my boss and I party with him. He drinks all the time. And as long as I go out drinking with my boss, I'll always have a job. Like, he's basically going on these shows calling his boss an alcoholic and all this other shit. So, yeah, I mean, I guess you can call me gay ops. I don't think anyone should do anything to Jim Parker. I think everyone should leave Jim Parker alone. I don't think they should call Jim Parker and rat out Will. He knows what a piece of shit Will is, apparently. Will talks about what pieces of shit both of them are publicly on shows. So that's what I found out about Jim Parker after the show last night. But Will DM'd me yesterday out of nowhere like an RKO. And he goes, and he's panicking about this Jim Parker thing. And until I looked it up, I didn't know who the fuck Jim Parker was. But he's like, I got to diffuse this. Let me come on your show and diffuse this Jim Parker thing. And Johnny, if you're in my shoes, and Will Herren has done nothing but lie, and, he bit down on the Baldo, and it gave him brain damage, and he became the Baghdad Bob for all of Nick's lies. Why would I put Will Herren on this program?
You wouldn't.
To paraphrase Ethan Ralph, suffer, Will. Suffer. With his big old Mexican horse teeth.
It'd be a drama segment, firstly. Secondly, we'd gain nothing from it. And thirdly, like, you made your bed, so lie in it.
Not only that, like, I love my wins for the toe. If I don't have him on, how big of a win is him showing up in your DMs and begging you for mercy?
I mean, that is a decent-sized win.
I'm not even going to cut his head off. I'm just going to leave him out in the cold.
I'm not going to kill you. But I don't have to save you.
That's where I'm at. He's
You're Batman.
And he's Ra's al Ghul. By the way, that is one comic book nerd thing I do. I heard all the comic book nerds, because in the movie he's Ra's al Ghul. Mm-hmm. But in the video games and the comic books, they call him Ra's al Ghul. So I go, you know what? We're going to go with Ra's.
It's probably a better choice.
It's a cooler name. Roz.
Sounds cooler.
Roz is a girl's name. That's like a short-haired lesbian's name. Roz. Yeah. Raish. I'll punch Roz right in the fucking head. I ain't gonna fuck with Raish.
Well, I mean, Raish is either a really, really bad asshole or a guy from Jersey who needs a cream. Yeah. Look, doctor, I got a Raish.
Or one of my favorite actors, Raish Fiennes. He's very good. All right.
Dude, I've watched that menu like 4 times now.
Have you really? I've watched it 2 or 3 times. The second and third time were really good because at the beginning, when you watch it the first time, you're like, who's the main character?
You don't know anything. It's all surprising.
Yeah, and like John Leguizamo's in it, so you're like, is he the main character? And at the beginning, it starts with the guy, and you're like, is the guy the main character? Then you realize Anya Taylor-Joy is the main character when we're watching it through her eyes, and you're like, oh, now I get it. Plus, like, she looks like kind of an anime character, so I thought you'd probably think she's really hot.
Well, she's got no,
No tits.
She's too girly in the body. Like,
Really?
that's the thing. I can do young anime character face, but if they have like a kid's body, I'm like, eh. But are you old enough to be at this table? Like, so it's just...
Check her ID when she orders wine.
I've learned to really pay attention and enjoy a couple of segments. Paying attention to the sous chef before they serve the mess.
The Paco Jet thing? Is that guy?
Like him. Like, I'm wondering now if his attitude was because he knew it was coming or what. But like, that one weirds me out. The other one I really, really love watching is I love watching him when they make the foodie cook.
When he hangs himself?
Oh, dude,
kind of spoiling it. Sorry, guys.
Just like, what is the chef? What does the cook need? The cook needs leeks. The cook needs leeks. We're witnessing the birth of a new chopping method.
Yeah, and then a new dicing method. And then he talks about how oh god, you know what? I feel like I should just play it.
That scene?
The menu shallots. Tyler's bullshit. That's what it is.
Yeah, Tyler's bullshit is one of the funniest.
What do you need? We have everything.
Please
Don't be
rise to
frightened.
observe the demonstration. Please rise to observe the
Everyone, please
demonstration.
come around, please.
Today's show will be demonetized.
Tyler is going to demonstrate his culinary expertise.
Oh, by the way, if you're wondering why he has blood on his apron, it's because one of his sous chefs, in one of the introductions of one of the dishes, the female sous chef tells this story about how Julian Slowick, the chef, tried to fuck her 2 years ago. And then he kind of froze her out and didn't talk to her for a couple of years after she resisted him. So he let her stab him in the thigh with a pair of small scissors. What do you call those? They're like culinary scissors, little scissors.
Like
sewing scissors, I think. Embroidery scissors or whatever. Stabs him right in the thigh and then wipes blood on his chest. It's a great movie.
Rise to observe
Yeah,
the
but Ray finds sarcasm in this scene is one of the best parts of the movie.
Please come around, come closer. What do you need?
Leeks.
Get the cook some leeks. Leeks. This is your station here. What else?
Just an utterly annoying foodie who takes pictures of every dish.
Yeah.
Has to explain how everything is made. And it's like, you're not a chef. Fucking knock it off.
That is a good point. So the whole setup to this, thank you, Johnny, is that this Tyler guy is, he's one of these foodies who watches Food Network and whacks off, and like he buys all this expensive equipment, and he loves this chef. He like idolizes him. He talks like a chef. He takes pictures of all his food and all this stuff. And Julian Slowick knows this, so he wants this guy to fucking die because he feels like he's taken all the mystery out of his art form. You know.
Well, plus, it's also just a dick move when someone comes up is like, I don't do what you do, but let me explain everything about how you do it. Like,
Yes.
Well, then fucking be a like, no offense, man. I went to school to do this shit, not so I can impress a date. Like, fuck off.
Yeah. So then Julian Slowick brings him up in front of everybody and says, cook in front of me, bitch.
Let's make a dish.
Yeah.
Shit. Would you like some shit?
Okay, I got to go back. I got to stop interrupting.
Yeah, because
What else? Shit. Would you like some shit?
Shallots.
Shallots for the great foodie, the phenomenal Mr. Food himself. Everyone gather around. We must learn from Tyler. This is a new dicing method of which we have been woefully ignorant. What next?
Butter.
Butter, leeks and shallots sautéed in butter. I bear witness to a revolution in cuisine. Would you like protein?
Lamb.
Lamb.
yeah, dude.
They're just staring at, just dead-eyed.
Staring him down. It's the best thing ever.
Okay, I think it's done, Chef.
You think it's done? You sure? Mm-hmm. Maybe you want to jam it into the Paco jet.
I love it.
And then Rafe tries it.
Yep.
Mmm. Wow. Wow. It's actually quite bad.
It jams it right
And
up his
Nicholas
ass.
Holt sells the scene so well. It's great. I love it so much. It's the best thing ever. It's just, it's like crack. I've been thinking about that movie 2 or 3 times. Like after I watched it, I'm like, I gotta see that scene again.
So then right after that, he whispers in the kid's ear.
I want to know what he said.
And tells him, go in the back room and hang yourself. And he goes in the back room and hangs himself. It's fucking great, dude. Let's go. All right, let's catch up with the chat, and then we'll get started for today. Thank you, guys. L Train says, let's make drunk bucktooth Turkish touch-up Will Herren squirm today. I think Nova, I'm going to let Nova handle the light work on this one. Nova already seems to be driving him nuts. Will made his bed. And by the way, Johnny, before anyone thinks I'm being cruel to Will, bear witness, did I or did I not try to tell this guy, you've got a good gig, the grass is greener where you water it, don't get involved in this world, it's going to fuck you
Stay in your lane
over.
and leave it alone. Yeah, you kind of did.
Even when he wasn't like actively anti-steel toe and just biting the baldo and doing all the what do you call it? The propaganda stuff and basically peddling lies. I even told him then, I'm like, dude, fucking, you're going on all these shows, you're going to fuck yourself over. And he fucked himself over. And now I don't know where this Jim Parker thing came from, but now that's got him panicking. Motherfucker, nobody would have known who Jim Parker was if you hadn't gone on these different shows drunk as a skunk with your gay teeth and gone, yeah, Jim Parker and I go drinking all the time. I'll have a job as long as I drink with Jim. Dude, don't. What did Aaron tell you? Here's the thing. I can be a son of a bitch if I try to give you wisdom I've learned from my own. I compare it. I'm Joey Knish with Matt Damon and Rounders. I'm like, I'm trying to give you a book that I wrote off of my own beats. Will's like, I need you to stop talking about Jim Parker. And I need a blowjob from Christy Turlington. I look at Will's teeth and I go, you look like Dwayne Bobbick after one round with Norton. I mean, Will, what you need a place to stay. You need the truck. Fine.
I got you. But
money, as far as an appearance on the show this time, I got to say no. I tell you not to overextend yourself. You go on every show drunk as a fucking idiot. I tell you to live life with your own teeth. You go into hock for horse teeth. All right, let's continue on. Let's go to Eaton Clam says that Shannon Sharpe.
I don't blame him that. You told me to live life with my own teeth, too. So
yeah. Look at those chompers.
Fucking horrible fucking.
I don't even have all of mine, so who am I to fucking.
Ha! I got you beat there. Wait. Do wisdom teeth count? Fuck.
No, those got to go.
I'm good.
Getting my top wisdom teeth out, though, fucked up one of my other teeth.
See, I've only been able to get the top ones so far because the bottom ones haven't fully erupted. They're like partially in the crook of the jaw, so I have to have jaws. Like
you're gonna be like 75 getting your wisdom teeth out. What the fuck?
Actually, I'm gonna get them done relatively soon, but you have to save up money because it's not covered by insurance, and they have to do oral surgery.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Because wait a minute. Oh, oral surgery. Yeah, I just had mine pulled straight out. I'm like, my dental insurance covered half of it. But you're right. It's like medical. If it's dental, isn't it medical? Or if it's dental, oral surgery?
No, it's not medical. It's just literally, one, my insurance doesn't cover much of anything for dental for me. But two, it's literally like they don't cover the anesthesia and stuff like that.
I actually ended up being cheaper for me to get the medical and then separate dental with vision. Like to tack on the I don't know, it just ended up being
I don't get choices. I'm a government insurance guy.
Fucking commies, huh? The goddamn communists.
Yeah.
Like that.
And they don't allow you to get like your own supplemental thing. There's only certain supplemental things you can get, usually through a state or whatever. And then on top of that, after you get all of those insurance coverages, you're only allowed to go to certain places for medical coverage. Like other people, like you had that sponsor for a while. I wanted to go to them. I called them to set up an appointment and they couldn't see me because, again, of my medical
Who
coverage.
was the sponsor we had?
Oh God. It was a doctor's office. Like you schedule your own appointment. They had their own. thing you pay a monthly fee.
Yeah, Dr. Cody. I still talk to Dr. Cody once in a while.
Yeah.
He built that business, and he Sartell Family Medical.
Yeah, Sartell Family Medicine.
What happened with Sartell Family Medicine was he built that up, and someone bought him out. He merged with somebody else, which is like when you start something, that's the day you dream of.
That's the big day.
When you like, because you can do it, and then you're like working a job. You can make good money, but you're working a job. You know, once somebody buys you out, that's the day. Nova says men need to start suing the ugly chicks that went home with them from the bar when they were drunk and they wake up with an ugly ass dragon. I do find men to be more noble than women when it comes to regretting a hookup.
Your Honor, she left her face on the pillowcase.
Yeah.
Exhibit A pillowcase, and it's just a face imprint of her makeup.
Right. You've never seen a guy sue a woman because he's like, oh, shit, I woke up in the morning, she was ugly as fuck. I really regret this. But women, they're like empowered to do so. So I find that, I do find men to be there. Look, there are places where women are more well-adjusted and better than men. I think when it comes to regretting sex, I think men have more of a beat themselves up mentality and women have more of a somebody's got to pay mentality.
Well, I mean, but yeah, it's a lot easier to walk away from sexy regret when all you have to do is wash off your dick, I mean, you carry a lot less with you.
Wash off your dick. You're just rinsing it in the sink. You're just like cupping it. And just,
this is India. We use the stream water. There we go.
Oh no! Now there's shit on your dick. Now there's shit on your dick again.
Oh God! And if you're downstream, you got that guy's shit on your dick. Now it's horrible.
Now you got a bunch of guys shit on your dick. Quit washing your cock in the Ganges. Annoyed Wawa supervisor says, I'm not an ass man. Aaron, I assure you, we all know. Thanks. I appreciate that.
He's not an ass man, but he does like man ass.
I'm going to skip around a little bit here. Spunker, I love that. Now, you got to love Spunker. Spunker says, why wasn't Nick's best friend Drex on Camelot stream? Drex no likey Nick anymore because Nick was a degenerate. Drex did not approve. That's all I know. Meme Copium, I guess, knows more. Nova says Nick must have gave all his booze to Will as payment for favorable news coverage. I have a theory. I think Nick's hiding the booze and drugs in April's rental place in Wilmer. Because
I have no idea where any of that stuff is. I am happy to stay oblivious. I didn't know about any of it to begin with, and I was happier before. So I was like, you know what I'm going to do? Not learn anymore.
People throw me gossip, and I can't help it. People go, hey, have you seen this gossip? And I go, I'd love to. I got to say, like, leaving that whole situation was the best thing for me for multiple reasons, for my family, for my life, for my health. But also, now I get to be a spectator and sit back with popcorn. You know I love gossip.
Oh, yeah.
It's fun.
And it's not going to stop for a while on that front.
Nova says Will has fucking donkey teeth from Mexico. Reminds me of the Shane Gillis bit where he's like, yeah, because our general was a 6'2" retard with fucking donkey teeth. Tax me, motherfucker. Miss Tay, everybody clap along. I believe in Jim Parker. McBuster says, even though Will came at me in a drunken chat rage and called me a snitch for saying he was ball washing for Baldo. I believe it's Baldo washing, Johnny.
Yeah, I thought it was Baldo.
Baldo washing, which he was publicly. I feel empathy for him. He needs to sober up. Yeah, he needs to quit drinking and get his fucking shit together. But, hey, if he's going to be a cunt, I'm more than happy to roast a cunt. Wait, what?
I can always understand everyone having a kind of a come to Jesus moment after drinking. It happened to me a couple weeks ago. Like, you got to learn. But if you don't actually have that moment, like, I don't have any sympathy for you.
Scooby Jooby Jew says he did get Josh Sweat to say another win for the toe. That's true. Like, basically the Super Bowl MVP said
He's
another.
Not a bad guy is what we're saying.
He's not. He just got swept up. What happened was, and it happens to a lot of girls, you know, a retarded, crazy, narcissistic, habitual lying guy gets their hooks in him and just turns you. And that's what happened to Will. Much like a girl that gets turned out by a guy to fuck other dudes for drug money, Nick turned Will out like a hoe. And Will was kind of playing it straight. He was on the straight and narrow. He was having fun. He wasn't taking it too seriously. But then Nick turned Will out like a bitch. Will basically, like Laura in Malcolm X, got turned out by the crackhead. And thus old Donkey Teeth fell into the pit of despair. Maybe he and Jim Parker can have a couple of drinks and straighten this whole thing up.
They'll cast you out like a leper.
Like a leper. I hate being the guy who has it right all the time and tells these guys the truth, and they go, well, you're no fun. I'm not listening to you. And then they learn the hard way. It breaks my heart. Breaks my heart. Breaks Jim Parker's heart, too. Yeah, if I'm Jim Parker, I'm not going to stand for Will Herren going on streams and talking about what a fucking drunk I am.
If not anything else, it's probably not good for your career going forward. Because
bad for business.
If he's Will's boss, I'm guessing he probably works in television too.
Yeah. Fuck you, dude, with $2 says all you had to do was go out drinking with Gary. I used to go out drinking with my boss from Litchfield once every few months. Steve and I used to meet up at the Legion down the road after an afternoon show.
Is that the guy I met at the when we were doing the show
in Albany?
What, you met someone we met someone at the hotel. He also had MS, and it was like a let's bond over crippled people who are too ugly to be in a visual spectrum.
Yeah, I like to introduce cripples to each other so you have something to talk about.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to talk about the most depressing part of our lives? Aaron got us together for it.
Yeah, let's do this. War stories, fun.
Let's go to. I've got to continue down. I got to continue down. L Train says Will fucked around. Now he's gonna find out. Miss Tay says Baldo biter. Baldo biter, kind of, yeah. Nova says Will looks like Fire Marshal Bill's love child. What's funny is Nova sent me the screenshots from Will calling him and then texting him numerous times. And Nova's like, please don't put this on the show unless Will gets in touch with you. And
reaches out to you.
A half hour later, Will's DMing me begging to come on the show. Like, what's going through your mind when you go, I've been fucking engaging in a smear campaign of lies against this guy, but I'm going to ask him for mercy.
I have no idea. Like, at this point, I wouldn't even email you if I were in his shoes. It's like, look, after everything that's happened, you know what I got to do? I got to just put my head down and wait for the dust to settle.
I would slink away and hope nobody notices. That's what I would do. McBuster says, yes, Nick doxed April's house live. I hope the drug dealer Nick ratted out to reduce his sentence. He didn't get, here's the thing. He didn't get a reduced sentence. He got a hard sentence. I mean, for a first-time offense in Minnesota, they usually give you a couple of years, prove you can be clean. We'll forget this ever happened. He got 5 fucking years. And then, the 30 days of jail that if he keeps, if he doesn't bend to probation, they're going to give him that 30 days. They listened to all his stuff, too. They said, you sound like an unrepentant son of a bitch. Like, I don't like the stuff you're saying about the county on your show. He's made a lot of enemies. It's not just testing negative. You got to prove you're a good boy. And going around and accusing detectives and CPS workers and all these people of being crooked and accusing them of, putting thoughts in your kid's head and all. It's like, that ain't being a good boy, Nikki. That ain't being a good boy. But Spunker says, if there is alcohol in the place, I Wilmer. That's a good Will Smith movie. Nick is already violating his probation by possessing alcohol. He doesn't even have to drink it. I bet you if you go to the place he's paying for April, I would say there's probably booze in there. For sure. I'd be willing to bet a decent chunk of change on that. All right, guys, we are all caught up. I got one more, and then we got to get to Flat Earth Wiz Khalifa. We got to get to, Tim Pool is in the White House press corps. Did you see that?
No, but I did notice the picture of Tim Pool in the startup of the show. So
remember,
I knew we were doing something with him.
Do you remember when Donald Trump gave Ukraine guy Zelensky shit for not wearing a suit to the White House?
Yeah.
I'm a little pissed. I'm not surprised, but I'm a little pissed that the White House let that cocksucker wear a beanie to the fucking press room. He dresses like a fucking skater boy. She said, see you later, boy. like in the White House press room. It's, God damn it. You're bald. Just be a bald guy. You don't see me hiding this shit. Although John Cena did talk about follicle transplants, I was very interested. Hold on. How much do follicle transplants cost? Here's the problem, though. Would my hair look like Will Herren's teeth? I don't want that.
Well, if you get it done in Mexico, maybe. I guess it just depends on the I guess the thickness and the density of the ass hair you're going to have moved to your head.
No, they take follicles from the sides and the back.
That's what they tell you.
Shut up. Although if they want
to... That doesn't make scientific sense. So wait a minute. So we're going to clear up the bald spots up front by making bald spots
I got
in
a
the back?
fuckload of follicles around over here. If they
you won't, is the point. You got nothing.
I'm not going to grow ass hair on my head.
Sure you're not.
It's like when people put like different kinds of sod in their yard and you can totally tell.
Yeah. That's where the dog keeps peeing, isn't it?
If you don't have if they don't have enough of that particular kind of sod for you, then just either do grass seed or wait. Don't mix and match. It looks strange.
Looks ridiculous.
Cost of a hair transplant, which includes follicle transplants, can vary widely, but generally falls between $4,000 and $15,000 per procedure. Yeah, it's a little rich for my blood just to not embarrass my hairline.
Well, plus, like, you've already tried the bald thing. There's worse looks for you. So.
Yeah. I've shaved it before. You're right. Oh, yeah. It's not a terrible look. Papa Shab says, just shave it. Someone says that Rumble keeps... Oh, God, my OBS is completely fucked. Yeah, we're dropping 13% of our